Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. How you getting, everybody? Brock Hewitt and Kate Scott with you up in the booth. And Brock, we have a very intriguing matchup of quarterbacks ahead in this contest today.
This is going to be so good, so entertaining because these QBs are so talented, both of them. They don't need any more of an incentive than this because after the game, you know they love to meet up in midfield, right? Well, one of them is going to be making that hard, begrudging handshake with the cameras on. The other, he's going to wear a big smile because he knows what it takes to beat the QB on the other side.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And off we go in Santa Clara. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
First snap, and Stafford's going to throw. And the 49ers have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You hear me say all the time, Kate, that football is the ultimate team sport, but there are times as a quarterback it can feel a little bit like golf and match play. And when your opponent gives you a shot, gives you an opportunity with the pick, as a quarterback leading your team, you want to maximize it and take advantage of it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands.
And he's in for the touchdown. The 49ers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And we only saw this group for one snap to start the game, Brock, so hopefully we get a longer look at them this time.
You know, Kate, in a lot of ways, it may even be easier to shake that first one off. They're barely on the field.
Yeah.
So it's really a second chance to write the opening series you wanted.
1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're set up at the 35 now. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And that's good for a gain of 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And the 49ers get there and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing from near his own goal line. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd down, Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Rams will take possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go with Williams on the counter. He'll cobble together a yard there. Charvarius Ward brings him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Throw finds DeMarcus Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Stafford now on 1st down. He beams one deep right side. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Man, this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Fred Warner. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Stafford now on third down. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Purdy setting up that play action. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a 49er first down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jared Verse on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the gun is Purdy. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Fits it through the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Purdy. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers pull out in front further, 13-zip. George Kittle, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 36. Brought in right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Stafford now against a blitz. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They're going play action. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jair Brown has it.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh no, give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a 49er first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Running back sent in motion. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They send Samuel right. Here's 2nd and 7. Hit some space around midfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Motioning one of the tight ends. Play action now with Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 27. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Looking to throw, Purdy. Escapes out to the left. Ooh, look at this, here he goes.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Purdy looking to throw. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll try with the wideout. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The 49ers parlay the interception into points. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Wow, how about the timing on that call? They catch him off guard, and it's an easy score on that wide receiver run.
That's exactly right. They crossed up the defense there, busted some tendencies. What a great call, and what great vision as a ball carrier. You don't always see that from wide receivers. That is a job well done.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Returning it from the 4. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. It's complete to Higbee. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Straight ahead with Williams. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Putting a receiver in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Shotgun snap to Stafford. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the 49ers on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he'll get them forward here up to the 24-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Here's Purdy to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. The Rams headed out to the field now. And in a 3-score game, Brock, they have to find a way to reestablish some control here. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He's got it at the 30. Give him 30 yards on that one. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On 1st down, here's Stafford. He's going to push one deep. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Charvarius Ward picks it off. So the turnover, Brock, is in turn turned over after pass interference on that play. First down from the red zone. Got Williams, and it's complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. The back's got it. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams get it back to a 14-point game. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They've got 1st down from the 31. Purdy throwing here. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So that brings up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a 49er first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Completed over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Running back sent in motion. Purdy throwing here on first. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Purdy on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, McCaffrey. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up third and 4. From the gun is Purdy. Cut near the goal line. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Purdy to throw it. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Kate, little good news, bad news, right? Bad news, you take a sack. Good news is you do actually have a few more plays in your playbook. Everybody always says, well, you got more room to operate. No, what you have are now more options with that offense. Now you got to avoid taking a sack and get that ball out of your hand.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on second and goal. Another try following the sack. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. George Kittle, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams set to go on offense once more. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Oh, he put everything he had into that big gain downfield. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one hits for 30. And it brings up an LA first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Stafford now on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action here. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now Stafford again. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Stafford from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Caught near the goal line. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams get it back to a 14-point game. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First and 10 now from the 30. Purdy setting up that play action. He puts everything behind this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it's going to be second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Purdy now on second and 10. That's brought in by Jennings. And that will not be enough for a first down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Third and just 2 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Another give to the wideout. Man, he has been busy. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Stop made by Braden Fisk. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on second down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
From the gun on third down. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers looking for a bigger lead before the break. First down throw by Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. It's a gain of 22. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They kick the running back in motion. Working inside the red zone. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. To throw again, it's Purdy. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This from 30 yards out. Moody knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They're out and set. First and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Back to the air we go on second. Stafford. He'll get this to Kupp. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Rams are set to punt. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The 49ers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Running back sent in motion. He'll get this to Samuel. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the gun is Purdy. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. Moody knocks it through, and that extends the lead to 20. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a 49er 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now it's McCaffrey. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Play action now with Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
That throw finds Kittle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Hauled in left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They're now set for 1st and 10. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Purdy. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Back now, pressure on its way. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're gonna gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it! Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Moody knocks it through, and they push their lead to 23.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now. Stafford finds a seam down the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Stafford now on 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. So it'll be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that deep.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the 49ers!
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st down throw by Purdy. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Going with McCaffrey on the ground. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
There's no question this group wanted to be aggressive in the red zone. Back-to-back passing plays, but an incompletion and now a sack means they've done nothing but go backwards. Time to find a little better protection and much, much better results.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Purdy throwing here. The bat's got it. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Rams on offense. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. That's taken in by Cup. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Give to Williams from the gun. Past midfield to the 45. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. It's complete to Higbee. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They'll run the toss for Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. Sly's kick is up and good. And they're going to knock the lead down a small peg to 27 points.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he takes the return out of bounds. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pretty throwing here on first. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the gun is Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. To throw again, it's Purdy. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Blitz coming for Purdy. On the move. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers grow their lead yet again. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Stafford now. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now, Stafford. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Stafford now on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these 2 to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Now Stafford again. Oh no, they get him yet again. That's Diamador Lenore.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The home teams are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Third and long, Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's 49ers football, and they are hurting for points. They start this quarter with a huge lead. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Running back sent in motion. From the 25 on 2nd down. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Escapes the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
On third down, Purdy. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a first down. That look, well, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
Moody knocks it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He'll get this to Cup. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Stafford from the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Stafford now on 1st down. Cup on the catch. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Complete out to the right side. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's taken in by Cup. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Stafford gonna go on 4th. And they pick him off again! Picked off by Fred Warner. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7. And that's a 49er first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Receiver gets it again. Man, they're keeping him busy. And he works this to the 38 before going down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
They'll run here on first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Purdy setting up that play action. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense has eaten, it's been a tough watch.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Second down now, 7 to go. To throw, Stafford. A throw right side, finds Cup. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Stafford back to throw. That one's complete right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Rams are going to have a first down. Now Stafford again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Rams just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Stafford. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First down from the red zone. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Stafford to throw. This throw is cut. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Sly's kick is up and good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
They'll run here from the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So, yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.